Good morning. It is Wednesday, not Monday or Tuesday, but we are getting the first 45 of week 6 in. It's been a crazy couple days here in Orlando. Storms have been pretty bad, and work has been, work. So it is about 6:45-ish. We are just getting started. And this is the before, because we're gonna do some work today. Hopefully. We'll see when it's over. First mile done, 13:21. I'm happy with that. That's personal best. Keeping a solid 90-30 split. But we're about to go up a hill, and I'm having trouble keeping my breath and rhythm. So we're gonna walk this hill. I hate this hill so much. Hot air balloon. All right, mile 2, 14:30. Not as good as the first one, but still pretty good. Sun just coming up. Really, it's up, just coming into view, I guess. Last mile is 14:48. So clearly I added time each time. Just gotta tighten that up. It was good to get up and out before the sun came up. It's just a little cooler, but soaking wet, time for a shower on to Thursday. Good morning. It is Friday. Turns out to be day 2. Took these out so I could talk to you without being distracted by the voices in my head. Hope you are all well. On my Instagram, I documented as like week 6, Dopey Diaries, week 6, day 2, assignment, 45 minutes, location, neighborhood. And then subsequently talked about the run, walk activity. And again, we're using these videos as the Dopey Diaries as sort of a journal of how each of these go, and to sort of, again, pontificate and just sort of get dialogue and thoughts and feelings out of my mouth and into the open. So I like to thank you for joining me for all these diaries. With that being said, there's something I don't think I've ever really talked about on here that I felt the need to address, is the right word, but discuss. And I've talked in during the Running in Neville Land series back for last season about my affiliation and my alignment with Kellsie's Hope Foundation. So Kellsie's Hope Foundation is an organization that raises money to help fund childhood cancer awareness, child cancer research, and they also they help grant wishes. As it was explained to me once, for those maybe older kids who sort of fall through the cracks or were in remission that came back and they didn't have the opportunity, or they're in an older range where they weren't able to have their wish granted initially. Kellsie's Hope focuses on those wishes and helping those kids. I know they've done some amazing work. They had the kid live out his DJ dreams. Another kid met Darius Rucker. And so when I heard about Kellsie, well, first of all, let me be very honest and transparent about it. Last year, when I was looking at Wine and Dine and starting my first Run Disney race, I was very freaked out and very scared about the whole process, because you just hear horror stories of, and Dopey this year is a prime example of people not getting in and there being not enough registrations, and I really, really wanted to dedicate myself to this. And I knew if I didn't have something like a goal of Run Disney, I would have been like, oh, I didn't get in, which is not supposed to do it, and then not push myself to do all the things I've been doing. So Kelsey's Hope Foundation was presented to me as an option. Running with a charity is another way to get into a Disney race. So last year I ran Wine and Dine with Kelsey's Hope, as well as Princess, raising a collective $1,500. So when it came to making the decision this year to run with them, I was like, well, I have to. I love the organization so much. All the people that I met are involved with, became super close friends, and I wanted to once again be part of another community within the Run Disney community. And so here's why a cancer foundation means so much to me. For those of you who don't know, in 2014, I lost my dad to a very short battle with pancreatic cancer. Diagnosed in April, declined very quickly, and passed in July of 2014. 7/14/14. My dad had a weird thing about numbers, so anyway, so when the cancer foundation kind of came across my table, I was like, well, yeah, of course, that makes complete sense for me to support an organization that supports finding a cure and saving families from the heartache that I go through or went through. Let's say, why didn't you donate to the American Cancer Association or a bigger cancer funding organization? And my answer is kind of a couple of fold. I love smaller organizations. I love smaller businesses. To support the little guy means more to me than the big one. And obviously, Kelsey's Hope is the kids' focuses on childhood cancer. But regardless of whether it be a child or adult or dog or cat or animal, like any organization that focuses on cancer research, finding cures or solutions, or helping those who look for those solutions, meant the world to me. And yes, I lost my dad to cancer, but I know so many families, I hear so many stories about families who lose children to cancer, that it just made sense that like no parent should go through what no parent should lose their child over anything, anyway. And being such a Disney person and a family-oriented person, wanting to help those families that want to make that one more memory, that lasting memory, that, you know, to be a part of that, that's what means a lot. That's the heart right there. So this year, once again, I aligned with Kelsey's Hope Foundation to run the full Wine and Dine weekend, so 5K, 10K, half marathon, as well as the Dopey challenge, the 48.6 of marathon weekend, 5K, 10K, half and full marathon. The fundraising requirements are $900 for Wine and Dine and $1,200 for Dopey. I think I'm just over 6 for Wine and Dine and just over 4 for Dopey. Links are in the comments below, or in the description below, if you are interested in donating to either one of those campaigns. Greatly appreciated. Whether you donate or not, the support for Kelsey's Hope and for me in this endeavor is greatly appreciated as well. So thank you in advance for simply being on this journey with me and allowing me to I don't know if he's self-indulgent or not, but provide these videos, and I don't know, maybe I've inspired you to do something. Running for me was never a thing I thought I would do or want to do. All I know is that when my dad died, went through a lot. And someone reached out to me and offered me a healthy solution. And I said yes, because I had nothing to lose. I was already depressed and broken and needed something to believe in for myself. Fast forward 8 years later, I needed something else. I needed, especially through the initial corona and COVID and quarantine, where I think the whole world got depressed and wanted to find something that they didn't know they could do. And for me, it was this. For me, it was running. For me, it was proving to myself that I'm capable of more than I ever told myself I was. And in that selfishness of finding something to make me feel whole again, I found Kelsie's Hope. Kellsie Marchbanks is who the foundation is named after. Never met her. Met her family, and lots of people who did know her, or at least, and then a lot of people who just simply know her spirit. The other major connection for me and Kelsie's Hope is their love of Disney. Kellsie was a Disney princess through and through. She got her princess engagement in front of the castle, and then unfortunately lost her battle with a second bout of cancer before that princess wish or fairy tale wedding and relationship sort of came true, I suppose. So as I said before, what I know of Kellsie, her kindness, her genuineness, her willingness, her determination to help others, and her family for this matter, and her family's willingness to help other families not go through what they went through, what anybody goes through when they lose a family member to the horrible disease that is cancer. This was a no-brainer to line up with them and fight the good fight, to which I ask you to come along on the journey. Again, whether that be in simple support of being a cheerleader or a monetary donation to assist. That is on you. I am not, or not on you. It is up to you. No judgment either way. Both, I thank you greatly for. I realized that I probably should have saved this speech for my 7 miles tomorrow. But I just felt like trying to get that out in between runs while trying to breathe was not the best way to go. So you got me today on a early morning, very hot, very sore walk. Again, if you have any more questions about Kelsie's Hope, please feel free to reach out, either in the comments, or you can message me over on Instagram, Neville Land, over there. And of course, links to donate are in the description below. We're gonna wrap up this 45 minutes, and we will see you tomorrow, because we're gonna push 7 miles, baby. 7 miles. which actually isn't very long. 7 miles isn't very long at all. It's just the longest I've run since the 10-miler back in April. So, on to Saturday. Happy Saturday. 7 miles. Wish me luck. 7 miles done. Took longer than expected. Went through a lot. There's a lot to unpack in that. Well, that's... Week 6 is done. See you next week.